Welcome to The Explainer. So, if you've been keeping tabs on the AI space lately, you've probably noticed a massive shift in how this game is being played. We're past the days of everyone just trying to build the smartest foundational model. Actually, what we're seeing right now is the eruption of some serious turf wars. The absolute biggest players in the industry are fighting tooth and nail over control, over the developer workflow, and over who can force the most widespread enterprise adoption. Today, we're going to connect the dots across all of these shifting battlegrounds. We'll be looking at three distinct fronts today. First up, the legal war for control, then the developer war over workflow, and finally, the enterprise squeeze for adoption. Let's get right into it.
All right, front one, the legal war, where we're looking at the Musk versus Altman's closing arguments. The landmark trial has finally reached its 9-person jury in Oakland.
Things have really narrowed down to a remarkably clear legal binary here. On one side, Elon Musk's legal team is basically staking their entire prosecution on a character assessment, specifically going after Sam Altman's credibility. But on the other side, OpenAI's defense is entirely focused on the documentary record, or more accurately, the complete lack of a written, perpetual nonprofit contract.
I want to read you these contrasting closing arguments impartially, because they perfectly capture how a debate over the very soul of AI has suddenly morphed into this bitter, high-stakes contract dispute. Musk's attorney, Stephen Molo, looked at the jury and said, the defendants absolutely need you to believe Sam Altman. On the flip side, OpenAI's defense painted a really blunt picture of Musk's motives, telling the jury he wanted dominion over AGI, basically claiming Mr. Musk wanted total control.
As we break down this courtroom clash, it's clear both sides ran into some serious friction. Musk's team really hammered home that 5 different witnesses challenged Altman's credibility under oath. But then, the judge actually issued a pretty sharp rebuke to Musk's attorney when he tried to suggest Musk wasn't in it for the money. The judge reminded the court that Musk is in fact seeking billions of dollars in disgorgement, and OpenAI had their own strong points, driving home the fact that even Musk's own witnesses, including his romantic partner Siobhan Zaliz, just couldn't corroborate his claims of a formal charitable trust.
So here is the absolutely crucial takeaway. Regardless of what the jury's final verdict actually is, the discovery phase of this trial has permanently altered the landscape. OpenAI is looking toward what could literally be the largest tech IPO in history. And these upcoming S1 disclosures, they're going to force the company to surface everything that was revealed in that documentary record. All that internal dysfunction that used to be a closely guarded state secret is now going to be wide open for every future board member and IPO investor to see.
Okay, moving on to front 2, the developer war. Specifically, codecs in your pocket.
OpenAI has completely changed the ergonomics of AI coding with this new asynchronous workflow. It's kind of like a giant leap forward. Imagine you kick off a massive, production-scale refactoring job on your Mac host, and then you just walk away from the keyboard. You don't have to sit there staring at a sprawling script compiling anymore. When the model actually needs human approval to keep going, it just pings your ChatGPT app on your iPhone or Android. You review the diffs, hit approve, and you're done.
Now, you might be wondering, why does this matter so much? Well, having this remote access means developers can actually interrupt a hallucinating model right from their phone. And that is a huge win for saving unnecessary token compute costs. They've also added these cool hooks for custom scripting to block certain prompts altogether. What OpenAI is doing here is clearly countering competitor momentum by completely untethering codecs from the IDE. They know that winning over developers isn't just about having the smartest model anymore. It's about providing the absolute least annoying workflow, turning coding into this seamless, continuous background process.
And finally, let's dive into front 3, the enterprise squeeze, looking at PwC and Anthropic's new alliance.
30,000. That is a truly staggering number. That's the amount of U.S. professionals PricewaterhouseCoopers is officially committing to train on Claude models.
To put that into perspective, this isn't just them handing out a basic chatbot license to employees and calling it a day. PwC is executing a massive, deep rollout of Claude Code and Claude Cowork. They are heavily focused on what they call agentic technology builds. We are literally witnessing a structural shift in the legacy consulting world right now. They're pivoting away from just selling static slide decks and moving towards selling forward-deployed AI. I mean, when a Big Four firm standardizes 30,000 seats on an agentic framework, it sends a massively powerful top-down signal to every single Fortune 500 company out there trying to figure out their AI stack.
If you want to understand the real-world scale of this squeeze, just look at the specific use cases. Take an HR transformation project, something that was previously totally stalled out. With Claude AI, it went live in under 2 months.
Or even crazier, look at cyber incident response. They're using automated vulnerability triage to slash response times from hours down to just minutes. That is exactly why Claude Cowork is proving sticky enough to hold this kind of massive institutional ground.
So, to bring it all together and summarize the overarching strategies we've seen today, the biggest players are mounting their countermoves on entirely different turfs. You've got OpenAI focusing hard on the developer workflow, using tactics like mobile integration and token efficiency to win the hearts of engineers. But then you have Anthropic playing the enterprise adoption game, securing broad, top-down institutional seat mandates to absolutely lock in the corporate market.
As these AI wars continue to rewrite the future of tech, and with those massive IPO disclosures looming from all that courtroom drama, I'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. Between the courtrooms, our pockets, and the corporate boardrooms, which front do you think will ultimately decide the future of the AI landscape? Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and keep your eyes peeled, because these battlegrounds are shifting every single day.